We'll put Tool on hold for a minute. I love this view right here. The road just cutting right through these two mountains. The old man at the gas station was correct. This road is a lot like 14, especially around this area. It has wide open view vistas, whereas 14 didn't. So I hate to say it because I really like 14, but it may have dropped a notch. So if anyone has any ideas about the rattling vent on the dash, I'd appreciate it. I've thought about mounting my radar detector there, the GoPro, which I don't really like it behind the windshield, or maybe my phone, if I could get that to work. I really don't like having anything on the bars. Probably the #1 accessory I've added to this thing is the phone mount. Without it, I don't even want to think about it. But if I could get it up off the bars and mount it there, that would be very cool. I need to see if I can do that. The GoPro, that's a good spot there, so I'll have to have that RAM mount there. But what I would probably end up doing is buying a damn cup holder. I had the armrest extensions for the back seat when the stock seat was in place, and it had the big ass cup holder attached to it. My baby loves her some Diet Coke, and it's got to be McDonald's Diet Coke. That's her favorite. She'll tolerate the other stuff, but her McDonald's Diet Coke is very special. When the boys come back in from being out, they'll stop in McDonald's for her, grab her a large Diet Coke. So we had a cup holder back there. We can transfer from back to front, take a sip. But with the Corbin, had to get rid of that. So I need to find something for her back there. Most of the time, well, up until this point, I've worn a modular helmet. This trip, I mounted the microphone to the GoPro in the full face bell helmet that you saw in the video, and I love this helmet. Love how it looks, love how it feels, and but you know, I can't flip it up when it gets hot. Not that I do that a lot anyways, but you always have that option with the modular. But this helmet is ready to be retired. It's about 5 years old, 6 years old, and supposedly you're supposed to retire them after a certain amount of time. So I've been looking at other stuff. I found an all carbon fiber helmet that's very light. Basically, I googled lightest motorcycle helmets, and the top 3 were all carbon fiber, and They're $1,000 and up. What kind of helmets are you guys wearing? What would you recommend? I know the Shoei Neotech is huge. Ernie just bought one. Same thing. He took out his ear pads and his inner pads to clean them out before the trip, and he saw the date of birth and had to run out and get a helmet. Boyd is wearing a Scorpion. Haven't heard much about those. I looked into getting a Formula 1 helmet. Number one, you can't get them. Number two, I think they'd be way too hot for a motorcycle. Formula 1 open wheel racing, I should say, type of helmet. And number three, I think they started at like $7,500. Cool, but not that cool. Alright, let me tap out here. Catch up with y'all later. Gonna listen to some Tool. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Geo Rambles. Just got done with a little bit of Queensryche, and we're on our way to Aspen. We've been up there before. It's a great ride up. Beautiful little town. Very different in the winter than it is in the summertime. The Learjet crowd flies in the winter. My Learjet happens to be in the shop right now, so you know we gotta ride the bikes. Just love the different colors of the mountains. You got the reds, the greens, the yellows, the browns, the beautiful clouds hanging overhead. We were able to take a gondola ride up to one of the ski mountains one of the years in the past, and that was pretty cool. That was again in the summertime. Didn't get the full effect of what Aspen is about. We had a nice little stop for a drink at this gas station slash gun shop slash outdoor sporting goods slash paint store slash hardware store slash clothing store. Love places like that. You can spend all day just rummaging through. Friendly people. Thankful to be working in this crazy time. The store clerk said something that kind of floored me. Thank you for wearing your mask so I can get a paycheck. And it got me to thinking, I'm pissed off at Big Brother for doing this. I shouldn't be upset with the establishments that have to make their customers wear masks just so they can be open. They're the middlemen. It's not up to them. It's not their fault. They're just trying to earn a living. So I'm gonna take that a little differently anytime I'm asked to wear a mask by a shop owner. So we're gonna try to stop by the Aspen sign where Mr. Dumb and Mr. Dumber posed in that infamous movie. Can't recall the name of it. So if you can refresh my memory, I'd appreciate it. Just drop it down in the comment section. So let's talk about my camera gear setup. I have the GoPro Hero 8 Black. And the reason I chose it over the 7, mechanically they're very similar. The image stabilization didn't improve very much, if at all. But the 7 needed a dongle, a thing just about as big as the camera, maybe even a little bigger, so that you can connect an outside microphone to it. And you need to connect an outside mic so you can mount it in the helmet. Otherwise, all you hear is wind noise. And I refrained from buying a 7 for a few years because of that. Alright, good. I thought you were going to be the turd of the day. Good job. So when the 8 came out, they came out with what's called a media case, and the camera inserts into the case, and the microphone, the 3.5 millimeter jack, inserts into the case, and then you run the microphone into your helmet and you're able to talk. So the key to this whole setup, which I struggled with for 3 weeks, lost a lot of good footage, especially from Missouri, is that there are 2 buttons on the case, on the media case, an on-off button and a record button. And the camera you can set up so even if it's off, to conserve the battery, you can just press the record button. It'll turn the camera on, it'll start recording, press it again, and it'll shut the camera off, instead of having to reach over and hit the on-off button and then hit the record button. We're seeing signs of Aspen right here. A lot of jets parked. Ooh, look at that one. Legacy 600. How'd you like to be the guy with the smallest jet there? I wonder if the other guys make fun of you. Anyways, so what was happening is that I had the camera set up to automatically record with the record button, but every time I would press it, the outside microphones, the camera mics and the media case mics would work, not the speaker mic that I have in the helmet. So all you would get is wind noise. And so I struggled for so long. I ruined a microphone trying to fix it, and I had just barely given up. I had asked all over Facebook GoPro sites, searched all over YouTube, and then I finally figured it out. When you press the record button to turn the camera on and off, it automatically turns on the camera mics. You have to turn the camera on with the on-off button, and then the media case gets activated, and then you hit the record button and the external mic gets activated. So when I found that out, I was the happiest guy alive. I can finally record. Then the next issue I had was that the camera only accepts the 2-ring 3.5mm plugs. I believe that's a left and a right channel. But the microphones that they sell have 3 rings. It may be right, left video, I'm not sure. But if you plug a 3-ring into the camera, it doesn't work. Luckily, I used the Purple Panda lavalier mic, and they have an attachment that takes the microphone's 3-ring plug, turns it into a 2-ring plug, and then you got to plug it into the camera, which is total BS. But now I've got everything working. Look at all those ski trails. Gorgeous. Ski mountains in the off season look like badly groomed dogs. Strips of fur, strips of bald. And now we've run into the Aspen traffic. So my whole setup is that I have a 6-inch ram extension. I've got the ram mount on the handlebars on the left side, a 6-inch ram extension, and a smaller 4-inch, 5-inch, I can't remember, extension to that. And then the camera is mounted on top of that, and they're all ram mounts, and so it's very versatile as far as being able to position anywhere you want it. I'm using the double extensions because I want it up and over the shield, and so I could get the views I want. And now the other thing I have done is I bought the 2 battery chargers for the GoPro, and as the batteries die, I place them in the charger and hook the USB end of the cord into a 12-volt USB cord plug that I have inserted into my 12-volt plug. So I charge as I go. The batteries are lasting maybe about 2 hours, which is a pain in the ass. The Media Mod case encases the camera in it, and it does 2 things. One is you have to take it all apart to get to the battery, which is a pain in the ass. And 2, the Hero 8 Black is waterproof as far as rain. I'm not sure how submerging it in 100 feet of water does, but when you connect it to the Media Mod, that waterproofing is gone because the plugs are on the outside, so you lose that. So when it starts raining, I unhook it and stick it in the cubby. So Ernie asked us if we wanted to go up to Aspen, and we both nodded yes, let's do it. Now I'm thinking, dummy, and we're blocking traffic here. Alright, so nothing exciting to see here. I'm going to tap out for a little while. I'll check in with you guys later. Alright, a little glimpse of Aspen. Quaint little town. I'm sure when this place was settled, they had no idea what was about to hit them. We're gonna do a top 5 car thing here. So I've got a nice Bentley behind me, convertible, and that would be number 2. Number 1 would be the Rolls-Royce SUV we saw earlier. Gotta give props to the man. It was full of mud, so he didn't baby it. Various Range Rovers, but that's nothing. Those are a dime a dozen anymore. And really, I'm kind of surprised. Only one Bentley. But again, this is the off season. The off season when hamburgers are only 30 bucks. In season, they're 75. And we're gonna find out, because we're gonna stop and grab a bite. So I'll be checking with you later. Tap out.